creator and sustainer of all the worlds, whether those worlds are known or unknown to mankind.
This little Torana is owned by a gentleman by the name of Eric Riverland. He's a member of the Torana Car Club in Victoria. It's been nicknamed the Beast. When it first came to us, it had a disappointing 83 kilowatts. Has a 5-speed Toyota gearbox in it. It was a very nice vehicle to drive, but frankly very, very disappointing. He asked us if we could improve the performance of this vehicle. We suggested that we could redo an engine for it, we could do a cylinder head, a camshaft change. He then asked if we could improve the breathing of it externally by the means of putting on a set of Webers instead of the original CD Strombergs. I replied that it was a very good idea, but he's starting to talk about a lot of money. Given that be as it may, he decided to go ahead with the project. It now makes nearly double that kilowatt output, and it's a very, very smart car to drive. This vehicle has a 186 engine in it. There is a number of different configurations you can put into a vehicle like this. You can have a 202 motor, you can have a 186 motor, you can bore the 186 out to 192. Very, very good combination. Inherently the 202 has a little bit of a vibration in it around the 5,500 RPM mark. The 186 was slightly a better balanced engine for that purpose. We have bored it out 60 thou, obviously fitted triple Weber carburetors to it. This gentleman that owns this car is very prone to having things looking nice, so we spent a lot of time detailing this engine bay and also colour coding things like spark plug leads, and the engine had to be the original colour. Just something that makes the car quite outstanding. As far as the cylinder head goes, we have done for this what we term our high power or top end race type cylinder head for street cars. If we were preparing this for racing purposes, we would have done a lot more work to that cylinder head, but that then becomes a lot more expensive. A cylinder head like this would normally make between 250 270 horsepower in street trim with a street exhaust on it, and that's exactly what this one does. This is the style of work that has become more popular, and we've become more interested in doing this style of work as the popularity has increased. This is a Morris 950 out of a Morris 1000, Morris Minor 1000 that is. 1.25" single SU carburetor, very, very mild camshaft, slightly larger valves, but really just a conventional rebuild, and that's the sort of attention to detail that we prefer to give to an engine, so it actually looks presentable as well. This little engine's on a running in stand, so we can now fire this engine up, run the camshaft in. When the customer picks this up, it's ready to put in the vehicle and drive straight away. Here we can see the difference between some of the GMH cylinder heads. That style of cylinder head with the small kidney-shaped type combustion chamber came out of 161, 149, 138s, XU1s. This one came out on 202 Holdens and 186 Holdens, even down to a 179 Holden. The main difference being the size of the combustion chamber. This is a very large chamber to cope with the extra cubes in the engine, so it wouldn't promote detonation and pinging. This style of combustion chamber has the advantage of having a little bit more compression and slightly better breathing capacity. Now, the biggest difference between these two cylinder heads, this being a 202 HQ head, this one here is a genuine XU1 cylinder head casting, something that I haven't seen for probably the last 20 years. Apart from the fact that the cylinder heads are basically the same in their port configuration externally, they still have the round boss cast down past the bolt in the intake port, same as the 202 head. The exhaust ports are identical. They have a little divider between the two centre exhaust ports, which earlier cylinder heads didn't have. The biggest difference is where you can't see it, unfortunately, down the back of the port itself in the valve throat area, which coupled up with a genuine factory oversized intake and exhaust valve, whereas the HQ has a smaller valve fitted to it. That cylinder head is worth a lot of money, and the customer's probably very lucky and very fortunate to still have it. I believe it's for sale, and if anybody wants it, they're more than welcome. Although I've spoken a lot about Holden 6-cylinder heads and indeed 308 heads, we do all sorts of cylinder heads. We do LS1 heads right up to LS6. We do 4V Cleveland, 2V Cleveland, 250 non-crossflow Falcon cylinder heads. We've done a number of those. We do grey motor cylinder heads. We have a number of those in the workshop at the moment. The resurgence in early model vehicle power plants is huge at the moment, and we would like you to be able to take advantage of the knowledge that we have to be able to extract some reasonable horsepower out of your vehicle. Doesn't necessarily have to cost a lot of money. It depends what you want, and we can tailor make a cylinder head package to suit your needs.